guys, thank you for tuning in to our last video of 2024. It's been another video per week for all of 2024. So hopefully everybody who's watching these is finding some kind of value in these videos. So this week, we're going to be chatting about inflation, jobs numbers, and what it means for the real estate market now and heading forward into 2025. Again, thank you to everybody who's supported us throughout 2024. It's been an amazing year, and we can't wait to keep going in 2025. So without further ado, first we'll dip into inflation. Canada's inflation dropped to 1.9% for the month of November, down just slightly from the 2% figure we saw in October. Slower inflation is good news in one way for the real estate market. As we see slower inflation, this helps potential buyers and current homeowners with mortgages, especially when we look at mortgage interest cost, which is down for the 15th straight month in a row, still sitting in double-digit territory at 13.2%. Even though we see inflationary pressures easing, we still see everyday items being much more expensive than they were before. If we look at grocery prices, for instance, they've increased 2.6% year over year, adding to a cumulative increase of almost 20% since late 2021. These higher costs, compounded with everyday items, especially necessities, can chip away at first-time buyers' down payment that they're able to save, or just regular homeowners' amount of debt that they're able to service every month. To counteract this, Bank of Canada has drastically cut interest rates, coming down 175 basis points since June of this year. The overnight rate now sits at 3.25%, with Governor Tiff Macklem saying future rate cuts will be more gradual. Now we'll shift to jobs and unemployment, which many believe has been a reason the Bank of Canada has been cutting rates so aggressively to try and stimulate the economy to get ahead of this unemployment issue. Employment grew by 50,500 jobs in December, with most of those being full-time positions. Unemployment rose to 6.8% in November, which is the highest in nearly 8 years, excluding the pandemic. 137,000 people entered the job market in November, far outpacing the amount of jobs created, with just 50,500 jobs being created. If we continue to see this trend, obviously we will see unemployment tick up, which is going to affect the economy by people losing their jobs, by people not being able to find jobs, and people being scared of losing their jobs and being tighter with their money. Wages are also cooling, signaling a more competitive labor market, up 3.9% year over year, down from the 4.9% we saw last month. So how does this all tie back to the housing market? How does it affect the market now and going forward into 2025? Well, on one hand, we see inflationary pressures easing, we see rate cuts happening, we see mortgages getting more affordable, and we've seen declines, as we've seen in previous videos, in benchmark price, showing that housing is becoming more affordable, and there's government stimulus around getting people into housing. But the reason, like I've said many times, that we have this stimulus, that we have rates declining, that we have these incentives to get into housing, is because the economy is not doing so well. And when the economy is not doing so well, what does the government do? Well, they try to stimulate things and balance things. So we have higher unemployment, less wage growth, more competition for jobs, which would mean slower savings amounts. Maybe people are uncertain and don't want to make big financial decisions. So these things may weigh each other out, and they probably will weigh each other out in the long term. But in the short term, there could be opportunities on either end. That's it for today. Again, thank you to all of you guys for watching these videos, for your support in 2024. This is our last video of 2024. So hopefully you found some value in me rambling about the real estate market over these 52 weeks and you found some nuggets in it. We'll see you in 2025, and Happy New Year.